Hi guys, I just want to talk to you about the psychological effects of hurting yourself, breaking a limb. I broke my wrist in 2020 and I just had the plates out, but wanted to talk to you about the psychological effects of the rest and recovery after surgery. So, yeah, I've just basically noticed quite a lot that I'm not as severe as when I had the break fixed in surgery. This was just a plate removal, so the bone is healed. Um, yeah, it's just like chalk and cheese this time round, and I'm just questioning how much the surgery the first time was very psychological for me, having injured myself, but also not knowing how much recovery time I might have needed. There's a lot of question marks after surgery, I'm sure, for all of us. And I guess it's just that awareness that in retrospect, it probably wasn't quite as severe as it was. I wasn't on a lot of painkillers, but I just wanted to go through. I did mention in the last video about wound care and those sort of sensations around the wound, itching, burning, feeling that the fluid is pooling or there's blood pooling around the elbow, the wrist, through the limb itself. And I do also feel a little bit of that this time round with a little bit of fluid moving, although there's not as much swelling. And it just seems to abate with a bit of movement. It's like the body knows what it needs. It just wants to be moved a little bit, even in this recovery phase. Of course, rest and rehabilitation is key, but you know, our bodies are designed to move, and the wisdom of our body is massive in the way of what the body knows it needs, even when we mentally perhaps don't feel like we're ready for that. So, yeah, I just wanted to go through a couple of my points here. So, yeah, understanding what makes the body tick. So, obviously, movement is important, breathing is important, the oxygen around us, sunlight, food, water, rest, sleep. These are just basic things that we all know we need. But in a recovery sense, they are the building blocks to heal our body, to heal any damage that might be repairing at this stage. And yeah, the more information you have on perhaps some of those building blocks, the better in what you choose to do with your recovery. So yeah, I have mentioned about movement. So with the movement, again, just challenging your movement a little bit. Sorry about the shadow. So you're just challenging your movement a little bit so that yeah, this is a tricky part of the recovery. I do go to see a physical therapist about a week after the surgery. I'll be seeing mine soon, and they will move my limb in ways that I'm not completely comfortable doing myself. So it is nice to have somebody do that for you. Somebody you trust, obviously, that you may already be seeing. Even just a bit of massage would be encourageable, perhaps not on the area itself. There are other muscles and joints that are holding a lot of tension as you recover, so your whole body probably can do with that release. So yeah, that's basically the gist of what I want to say there. So yeah, you're taking in enough water to flush out your body, to rebuild, to recuperate. You're also putting in the nutrition. So things that you know make you feel nourished, make you feel like you're getting something from your food. And we all know the foods that aren't like that. I'm not saying don't eat those, because those could also be in your comfort group area, which particularly for me, I noticed I went for chocolate big time. I needed quite a lot of chocolate in my drawer all the time. It's almost like a pain relief for us when we go for comfort foods too. So yeah, but you know the foods, like when you're having a meal, the chicken soup or a nice nourishing soup that you might have, that is going to rebuild your system, that is going to repair those damaged areas that are recuperating right now. Then you just want to check your food situation. So make sure you have enough food in the freezer, frozen meals that you can take out if you needed that. People that are kind enough to make you a home cooked meal is always a blessing, and that's something that is really special in communities. You just need to let people know that's what you need. So for me, it was needing babysitters, it was needing people to help with the housework, and it was also people that were able to cook some meals and drop them over. So it can get busy, so just work out how much space you need for your recovery and how much you're willing to let other people come in and help you as well. It's important to receive that help. And I guess a big part of all of this is your self-love and your care. So giving yourself the space to heal and allowing your body to give you those cues and let you know what it needs, whether it's rest or you actually need to have a meal or you need to have a juice or a bit of water. Keep the water up, keep sipping the water, and you'll notice how much you actually do really need it. But yeah, giving yourself that space and time to heal is super important. So this can be actually taking bed rest. Sleeping, as I've mentioned, is pivotal. If you're not getting a solid block of sleep at night, particularly if the pain's really high, you may need to lean on a painkiller. I'll let you work that out in your own system, really, with your doctor, especially. That's not my forte. But a simple thing is getting sunlight in the morning and in the evening, because our body learns that when there's the sunrise, it's morning time, and when the sun sets, it's evening. So simply getting about 10 minutes of that sunlight to the crown of your head, just up here, as much as you can. It's winter here at the moment, but yeah, just being exposed to the weather for a few minutes each day in the morning and then in the evening just allows your what's called circadian rhythms at night particularly to clock over and say, hey, it's time to sleep now and it's time for a solid sleep. So whatever you need to do there to shut the door, let the kids know they can't come in right now, mummy or daddy needs to rest, and the other partner will need to look after them throughout the night if need be, particularly with smaller kids. I know last year my youngest was needing me quite a lot, and I had to have that conversation with her. But it's important that you don't get disturbed in your room, that perhaps you have the whole bed to yourself for a time so you can get a decent night's sleep with all the pillows you need on an angle in the bed if need be, hey? So yeah, just watching and listening to your body, it will tell you when it needs movement, when it needs food, water, that kind of thing. Something for me that was difficult to do at times was get up and use the toilet, but I noticed the more I didn't go, the more uncomfortable things got. I got this pain along my arm even when I didn't relieve my bowels or my urine. So yeah, just all those things are really basic, but you'll notice they have quite a big effect on your recovery rate. Yeah, so with water, obviously drinking water, but also bathing in water. If you're covered with, you have a cast over your arm where the break was, there is a lot of buildup of dead skin cells. You might even get that horrible, I won't talk too much about it, but you can't access the area. But something to remember, I know when I had my cast on, was I was putting oils on top of the cast as if I was rubbing it into my arm, and I would maybe get an itch somewhere and I would scratch over the top of the cast as well. I'm going to do that a little bit here. I've got a bandage on, so it's not quite the same, but yeah, I mean, you can't access that area, but the same with your hand and your elbow. They will probably be more or less exposed. You do need to allow water to wash over those areas as much as you can, and just get a little face cloth or something and just rub off the dead skin before it builds too much. It does build quite a lot. I'm noticing my hand is starting to build up after a week, so I've just been running it under water periodically. So yeah, use water to basically cleanse away a lot of the debris that is building up on your skin on a daily basis. So for pain relief, you do have rest as probably your go-to, water and good nutrition to rebuild. But using, yeah, I've got sleep here. And I mean, sleep is super important. You're going to be doing a lot of healing while you're sleeping. So get that sleep any way you can. But yeah, using whatever physical therapy you go to and that you prescribe to, getting someone to physically get in there and move your limb for you and to relax the area and move that blood and that fluid for you. And it's going to be a little bit out of your comfort zone that you normally would do, which is a good thing because you're looking to challenge your body and to progress. So on a mental, psychological level, this can be a little bit scary. It can be also just working out the shock that's happened through the body of injuring yourself so badly in the first place. We have so many falls and we never actually hurt ourselves, you know. And when we fall and we have hurt ourselves terribly. We have to go through this whole process of surgery once, but also twice in my case because I chose to get the plates out. Yeah, I mean, we're going through the shock of that. We're going through a lot of different emotions. There's anger, there's frustration at yourself. So these are all the psychological things where maybe under bed rest, it's hard to escape from, right? We're unable to move too much or do too many things. And it's the patience, it's doing things a little bit differently. You know, I know there were so many things that I found difficult, from making the bed to preparing food, right? And it's just about adapting, and it's not going to look perfect. Nothing is perfect. Again, if someone wants to pick up on those things and criticize that, I wouldn't give it a grain of salt, because you just need to know that you're healing, you're getting better, and you're doing the best you can, right? So if folding the washing isn't your easiest domain, maybe ask your partner to do that. I'm not having any luck with that, but there's piles of clothes there, and then they have to be dealt with, you know, when you're strong enough to do that. So yeah, look, that's basically blocking the light. That's basically it. But yeah, I mean, on a physical level, I'm using the laser acupuncture device pretty much every day for a few minutes. But if you, as an acupuncturist, I'm doing that. But if you were seeing an acupuncturist that had a laser device, you might go once or twice a week. And I'm also seeing my acupuncturist tomorrow, as it were. But yeah, massage, any of those things will be fine, just as long as you know your body. You'll be progressing slowly. So I'll leave it there, guys. Have a great night's sleep, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.